can see the excitement building up at ringside here, Bill and Gary. They've got the Southern flag going, the Rebel flag, and the game is going, too.
As the Leafs clear the puck back into territory shot, Bouchard stopped that. It's Sittler trying to get it out in front. It came out in front. Lanny McDonald after a play is called, and there's going to be a penalty to Darryl Sittler for shoving with his glove. And the Leafs run into a penalty right off the bat.
13 seconds, penalty to Sittler. We expected them to come out hitting, try to rough up the Flames. Here it is, Gary, in the corner. Let's see how it happens.
Of course, you see Sittler taking a punch, and he's going to get the 2-minute penalty. Well, that's certainly the way we expected it to start, Brian. You know, aggressively into the corner, but unfortunately, I don't think Sittler wanted to take a penalty of this type.
10 seconds into the first period. You heard Roger Nielsen say that he thinks the Atlanta toughness is overrated, and Tiger Williams this afternoon told me much the same thing.
Well, we're certainly going to find out. You know, watching the Atlanta Flames play in Philadelphia the other night, they were very timid. They didn't throw their weight around at all. They're in their home building now, and you know, if the Toronto Maple Leafs play aggressively, they will certainly have to meet up with a challenge. You know, they're going to hit back. There's no question about that.
For the Atlanta Flames, it's Ivan Boldarev at center, John Pronovo on one wing. Bobby Lalonde is replaced by Willie Plett. Now we're all set to go. In Houston, out there as well, along with Phil Russell, number 2. Now ready to go. The puck is dropped. Cleared by Russell, but it's picked up by Pronovo. Jean Pronovo gets into the corner. Coming up now for the Atlanta Flames. Down Pronovo to center. They have the odd man advantage. No score first period, first minute. As the puck is driven down the ice. Going back for it is number 2, Phil Russell. Russell along with Eastweeneye, number 16. It's up the center ice for Russell. A long shot, but offside. On the right side was Ken Houston, number 6.
Brian, the key always on a power play is how you come out of your own end. And for the Atlanta Flames in this power play, they have to make the good pass up there. They have Russell out there playing the point. He is certainly the key. And so what do? They take Russell off.
Eric Vale, number 27, with Eastweeneye are the other attackers. As Atlanta have the odd man advantage, Jones and Butler out to kill off this penalty. And it's Vale over to Sweeney, back up at center to Boldarev, and Boldarev went back. Now then Ivan Boldarev up through center ice. He gets over the Leaf line. They haven't had a shot on goal yet, and Borja Salming drives the puck down, and Bouchard had to make the save. Sweeney back for it. Atlanta Flames, a long pass. Shot around back of the net as McMillan got into the clear, got in behind the Leaf defense, but the Leafs chop it down the ice. A race for it. Walton McKechnie after it. Bernard trying to cover him. McKechnie leaves it back to the net, and the Flames come up with it. Atlanta led by Eric Vale, number 27, comes to his own blue line. A pass over to Boldarev. Boldarev at center, up over the blue line. Tried to go through the defense, and is shot by Maloney out to center ice. Bob Murdoch, number 20, shoots the puck in, but was hit by McKechnie. Almater in for Maloney. Maloney with a stick up. And Maloney gets the puck to the blue line, kept in by Lalonde. Lalonde has it again. Bobby Lalonde over onto the far side. It goes into the corner. Ian Turnbull around on the board. It's kept in there by Phil Russell. The puck comes loose. Lalonde is knocked over by Sittler. Puck goes out over the blue line. So the Leafs kill off the penalty. Here's Bobby Malone the shot, and that was stopped by Salming, who dropped in front of it. The Leafs shoot the puck down the ice. It's going to be icing. Goes over the red line. And we'll have a face-off. Well, there we have coach of the Atlanta Flames as we get set for the face-off in the circle. in Leaf territory. Puck goes from behind the net, coming up the Leafs with Ian Turnbull. There's going to be a penalty to Atlanta. Over the line, touched, and play is called, and a penalty will be handed out here. Darcy Rhoda is asking, is it me?
High stick.
And it's high sticking.
You know, it might be interesting to note, Brian, that I had an opportunity to talk to the officials prior to the game, and the comment was that if the teams want to go out there and hit, they will let them hit, but they won't take any of the high sticking. And there you see the rush by Turnbull going down the ice, but of course the penalty happened way in the Leaf zone. But they can go out there and hit each other, but they want the players to keep their sticks down. So if that happens, he's going to whistle them off right away.
Bill Clement, along with Bobby Lalonde, trying to kill off this penalty. Also out there is Willie Plett. The puck is shot, knocked down, but out to center ice. A race for it. Bobby Lalonde going over the blue line. Takes the shot. Volunteer stopped that. Goes into the corner. Right up by Ian Turnbull. Rod Sealing now out on the defense, number 15 for the Atlanta Flames. The puck in the corner. Sealing shooting it around to the other side. Bill Russell drives it down the ice. But it went into the timer's box, and it'll be brought back.
Coach Roger Nielsen had to make a big decision prior to this game. He elected to go with his veterans. That means Rocky Saganuk is not playing tonight. He wanted Wilson out there in the power play, so Saganuk and Monahan are the Leafs sitting out, but he did say that Saganuk will see some action in this series, so that means Thursday night.
Right. Well, we all know what a great job Wilson does back on that point, and I still, when I look at the power play, that's where it all generates, is what your two-point man do on the power play.
Ron Wilson over to Boria Salming. Salming shoots the puck. Round behind the net, it's driven back to the blue line. Salming couldn't keep it in, and here's the break. Coming down the ice and goal over the line. Takes his shot. Palmetier stopped that. And the rebound goes to Darryl Sittler. Actually, Atlanta have had two good scoring chances. Now Sittler coming back with a long shot into the corner, off the board. Salming tried to get to it. It's knocked out. A race for the puck again. Sittler covers the man. Palmetier came way out of the net. The puck is loose. Out and shot. Here's the shot. And it hit Gardner. And deflects into the corner. And they had the whole net. And there's going to be a penalty here to Williams.
What a play. Ron Wilson, 14, playing goal for Palmetier.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Omni in Atlanta.
Score here, but there might well be. The Flames have had three excellent chances. Williams just took a slashing penalty at 4:09. A great save by Palmetier there. The loose puck, Clement fed it in front. Now watch this shot, and Ron Wilson, 14, came out like a goaltender and stopped it.
Puck is back of the Leaf goal. Cleared over for Turnbull out to center ice. Went by Russell. McKechnie goes after it. So does Ellis. Richard bears it up to the blue line. Turnbull back to Ellis. Here comes the shot. Oh, that's wide. McKechnie moves up. He's hooked by number 12, Ivan Boldarev. Play goes right on. McKechnie goes back to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull's pass over for number 3, Joe Quenville. He's knocked down. It's Russell, then Boldarev. Boldarev with the Atlanta Flames having a man advantage. 1:19 remaining in the penalty. And Boldarev trying to bring it up. Goes to his own blue line to center ice. He's got Darcy Rhoda, John Pronovo, and Guy Swidard. The Leafs clearing it to the blue line. Jimmy Jones stopped by Russell. The puck still loose. Here's Pronovo getting it over, and Eric Dale couldn't get a shot. It's golfed by Butler, but it ends up in the corner. Dave Burrows to Boria Salming. Salming had it knocked off the stick. He goes to the board. The puck comes loose. Ivan Boldarev trying to set it up. A pass through, and a shot. Palmetier stopped that. And it's picked up by Jimmy Jones. And there's going to be a penalty on Eric Dale, I believe. We'll wait and see. Dale for hooking Jerry Butler.
Butler tried to break away, and Vail tripped him up. A lot of pressure on Palmatier and the Leafs. Gary, they call this one interference on Eric Vail at 5:40 into the first period. Still no score.
Right, well, you'll see Butler breaking out there, and Vail gave him a little hook from behind, but, you know, he really wasn't in a dangerous position. So those are the type of penalties that both teams are going to have to stay away from.
And the teams are playing five-a-side as Salmi gets it over for Burroughs. He flips the puck in. Lanny McDonald went down. And the Atlanta Flames clear the puck up to Houston. Houston going down at center. Over the line with Bob Murdoch. And it's picked up with a backhand. And Palmatier in trouble with that. Boria Salmi's long pass to Lanny McDonald too far. Picked up by Ed Kia. Ed Kia's pass deflected by Bobby McMillan. Right on a Turnbull stick. Up for Williams, who's back out on the ice. Houston gets back to the cover, and he shoots it down the ice. Boria Salmi goes back. The Leafs now have the odd man advantage with 1:17 remaining in the penalty. No score in the game in this first period. A long shot off the boards. Williams went after it, and it was deflected over the glass into the crowd.
Tiger Williams just out of the box. We'll be keeping you posted on Vancouver at Philadelphia game tonight, too. We'll bring you goals from the Spectrum when they happen.
You know, Brian, so far, Palmatier has certainly been the story. He has come up with 3 or 4 excellent saves and kept the Leafs, you know, in this hockey game. And that's what we anticipated at the start. Atlanta coming out of the chute real fast, you know, in front of their home fans.
Bill Clement with Russell, Sealing, and John Gould. The puck ends up behind the net, knocked over to the far wing. John Gould just rakes the puck down the ice, and Ron Wilson goes back for it. Coming up for Ron Wilson, a pass for Sittler. Sittler over for Ian Turnbull. Turnbull's pass broken up. Shot back to the defense. Sealing gets it back down to the Leafs blue line, and Ian Turnbull gives it to Darryl Sittler. The Leafs trying to take advantage with 37 seconds left in the penalty. Ron Wilson shoots the puck in. Goes over on the far wing. Williams left it for Turnbull. That shot was knocked down. The Flames just shoot it down the ice. Going back is Ron Wilson. And he left it there for Turnbull. 18 seconds left in the penalty to Eric Vail. A long shot. Maloney goes after the rebound. Bouchard cleared it, but not out. McKechnie's shot. Bouchard knocked that down with his glove. Gets it over to Gould. Gould makes sure of it, and then was hit by Maloney. Back to the net. Ron Wilson up to John Anderson, who's out for the first time in the game. A long pass over to Maloney. Maloney working in with McKechnie. And it goes into Maloney again. He hit the puck down into the corner. Eric Vail after it. Anderson's there. McKechnie's there. And Bobby Lalonde has it. Got it out to center ice. Dave Burroughs over to Boria Salmi. Boria Salmi off the boards to Burroughs. No score in this first period. 11:52 remaining. Here the Leafs coming in. A pass to Maloney. Maloney got a shot. The shot stopped that. Anderson tried to get it out in front. Back of the net. Now the Atlanta Flames start up again. That's Marsh coming up the center with a long shot, number 5. And that goes into the corner. It's Lalonde getting it back to the blue line. Getting set to shoot with Chin. Right. And Palmatier came well out. It's back to the blue line again. A shot is wide. Palmatier comes up and covers up again, and he's in 3.
All right. Willie Platt was right there. Gary, let's take a look at the replay.
Okay, now here's what we were talking about with Palmatier, how he gets in front of the man standing in front to deflect it in. So if he gets in front of him, it doesn't allow that man to deflect it into either corner. Palmatier has been doing this of late, and he's really getting away with it. The only thing is once the puck gets by him, it's up to the Leaf defense to make sure that they keep it out of that net.
Well, they do it well, too. You had Burroughs right behind him and Boria Salmi there as well. And earlier, what a stop by Ron Wilson when he had to play goaltender.
Lalonde at center now as the Atlanta Flames back at full strength. Here's the drive by Ed Kia right in front of the net. And the Leafs were able to clear it, and Pat Boutet brings it up. A long shot. Bouchard had that one. tap, got it into the corner, and it's cleared out to center ice by Ken Houston. Ian Turnbull's shot was deflected over to Darcy Rhoda. In for Bobby Lalonde, going right in on goal, but it was offside. I didn't hear the whistle, Brian.
I didn't hear it either, Bill, but Lalonde was obviously a foot or so offside. He's the shortest player in hockey. Eddie Milliken told us once he's never seen a parade. That's how small he is, but he almost got loose there.
No, it's just a stride offside. You know, another thing, Brian, you know, you talk about the ice surface. You know, in Atlanta here, you have a slower surface, and the puck tends to bounce around a lot. So anytime that you have a 2-on-1 or something break, instead of making that extra play, it might be a good idea to shoot it, because you don't get that bad bounce or something, and you ruin the whole play. So more shots from that position.
United at center, Bale on the left wing, McMillan on the right, as Williams got it over the blue line. Brought back, though, by Bob Murdoch. Cleared it for Bale. Palmatier out of the net, shot it off the glass. And it comes over here to Jones, ahead for Jerry Butler. He's dumped. Now then Eric Bale comes back with a backhand. Palmatier stops that, goes to the other side to Pat Boutette. Pat Boutette over the blue line, up at center. He shoots the puck in. Going in after it was Jones and Butler. It goes back to the net. Pat Boutette is there, but the Flames get it, but not out. Turnbull at drive, and Butler tried a backhand. Ed Kia comes to center ice for Atlanta. And it was broken up by Turnbull. Turnbull shot it off the leg, and a splash by Jimmy Jones, and he's going to get a penalty. With the score, Atlanta nothing and Toronto nothing. This is Stanley Cup 79.
Now to Bill and Brian.
So that's the 5th penalty of the hockey game so far. Jones for slashing, and Gary, these are the kind of penalties that teams should try to avoid. He laid on the lumber just a little too heavily there.
Absolutely, Brian. It would have been just as easy for Jones to skate right into the man and just take him into the boards. You know, you just can't continually take that type of penalty, because sooner or later Atlanta will capitalize on one of those chances, on one of their power play chances.
Bogarev, John Pronovo on the forward line, along with Ken Houston, number 6. It's out. Guy Sweeney, number 16. Bill Russell is number 2. And the Atlanta Flames shooted it offside. One step too many for Ken Houston.
One other thing, too, Brian, I should mention that by taking bad penalties, what you're doing is you're really tiring out your defense. You know, and you keep killing off penalty after penalty after penalty, your defensemen are going to get a little tired out there, too, which could have an effect later on in the game.
Of course, when Jones goes off, he breaks up one set of penalty killers as well. You saw Roger there talking with Maloney a moment ago.
Burroughs drives the puck down to Russell at the Atlanta blue line. Atlanta starting up over to Sweeney from Russell. Up over the blue line, he shot it back out. Pronovo brings it in, and that's another offside.
There's Pronovo. What a fantastic hockey player he has been over the years. He registered the 4th highest point total of his 11-year career with 67, now has 344 career goals. Gary, you know him well.
Well, Brian, one thing about Pronovo, he's going to give you the same effort on the road that he does at home. And, you know, this is a rare thing with the player today. They can perform at home, but to really get the great ones, just watch what they do on the road.
Bogarev wins the draw. Sweeney then recovers the puck. Eric Bale out there, Bogarev, Pronovo, McMillan. So they got all their firepower power out there now for the Atlanta Flames. John Pronovo getting it over. Here's Sweeney dropping back. Goes to McMillan. McMillan taking his time. Eric Bale standing in front. Sweeney back to McMillan. A shot. Palmatier got his glove up and deflected it. It's into the corner, back of the net. Shot back to Eric Bale, number 27. Eric Bale takes a look, goes back to Sweeney. Sweeney back to Bale. Bale took a pass from McMillan instead of shooting. McMillan trying to center it. Sweeney has it now. Guy Sweeney trying to get it to Jean Pronovo. And it's knocked down the ice by Jerry Butler. Jones has 42 seconds left in his penalty. Wonder how long these two teams can go with these penalties without scoring. The puck goes back to center ice. Recovered there by number 20, Bob Murdoch. Heading it over to Bogarev. Back to Murdoch. Murdoch in center. Shot the puck in. Cleared by Palmatier for Sittler, who couldn't get it the rest of the way. It's kicked out in front, and finally Williams Shoots it down the ice. Jones has 10 seconds left in his penalty. There's no score in the game, and we have 8:08 remaining in counting. In this first period, puck to Palmatier. Palmatier gets it back to the net to Turnbull. Jones is on the ice. Flips it out to Darryl Sittler. Williams trying to catch up. Sittler tried to go in, and he was stopped by Murdoch. Over to Bobby Lalonde. Lalonde is knocked down by Jones. Lalonde gets it around on the boards again, but stopped by Quenville. Over for Tiger Williams. Williams back to Turnbull, and shot, which is wide. Sittler trying to get at it. Oh, got it back to Quenville. Quenville pass ends up at the side of the Atlanta net. That's Russell getting it over on the right side. It's cleared. The Leafs with Ron Ellis goes after it. Sittler couldn't keep it in. Quenville goes to Maloney. Maloney takes his shot. That's stopped by Bouchard, and he puts his pad on it to cover up. Atlanta coming up to center ice. A long shot off the stick of number 5, Brad Marsh. A long pass out at center ice intended for John Anderson. Goes all the way. And Bouchard knocked it off the board. The Leafs try to forecheck now with McKechnie there as well. Selming covering Bill Clement, but McKechnie had to go back out to center. Over on the wing to Burrows. Shot the puck in. Bouchard knocked it to the corner. Ken Houston getting it out for Clement. Then out of the right side and over the line for number 8, David Shan. Shan was squeezed out and Maloney just shoots it down the ice. That's going over the red line. Back to touch it, number 5, Brad Marsh, and that's icing.
Brad Marsh, one of the fine young defensemen in the NHL today, and the Leafs came down here following their Sunday night loss to Boston. Players, Gary, telling me it was one of the roughest flights they've ever experienced. A lot of turbulence and lightning and rain, and they got off that plane and they were really upset. Some of them physically ill, and that takes a while to recover from something like that.
I'll tell you, getting off a rough flight, I would have been very happy rather than be upset. As I look at Roger. You know, another important factor here are these face-offs. You know, whenever you're facing off in your own zone, I think it's very, the big thing with the centerman to really bear down in every single draw so that you don't lose that draw cleanly.
First period, no score. We have 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. Puck is cleared by Turnbull. A long shot for Lanny McDonald, but he touched it after he'd crossed the center red line.
You know, a little postscript to that flight story. When they got on the bus taking them to the hotel, it was 4 a.m., and Paul Harrison, the goaltender, lay down on the back of the bus. He wasn't feeling well, and he fell asleep there. The players all got off the bus. The driver took the bus to the depot, left it there, and at 6 a.m. they went out on the run, and there was Harrison still asleep in the back of the bus.
Well, at least he didn't have to pay for his hotel room.
6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first period. No score. East Sweenard up playing with McMillan and Eric Vale. On the defense is Phil Russell. The puck came down the ice, and back for it is Eric Vale. Vale turns at his own blue line. A pass for Sweenard goes into the corner as Hutchison fell down. Jerry Butler taps the puck along the board. Hutchison lost it. It comes back. Here's a drive, and that one was deflected by Turnbull into the corner. That's Bouchette. Holds it. Play is called by referee Bruce Hill.
Well, they're just, I don't think anything's going to materialize from that. But again, the Leafs had Ellis out there with Gardner, and as soon as they had an opportunity to change, right away they put on Jones, Butler, and Bouchette again to watch this high-scoring line of the Atlanta Flames. And, you know, we can't emphasize enough how important it is stopping this line from Atlanta Flames.
See Hutchison there, he tried to spin around, fell down, was up very quickly. The crowd reacted vocally to that fall.
Now we have Bobby Lalonde at center, Darcy Road on the left wing. Ken Houston on the right side. Rod Sealing and Phil Russell on the defense. Jimmy Jones, Butler, Boutet, Boria Salmi, and also Dave Burrows. The pass for Boutet goes down the ice. It won't have enough momentum to go over the red line. Leaf change on the goal as Sittler is out there now with Lanny McDonald and John Anderson. Russell slipped it through for Darcy Rhoda. And he and Salmi bump together. The puck is underneath Salmi. Live from the Omni in Atlanta, the Stanley Cup playoffs. Play underway as the puck is at center ice, cleared in. John Portolo goes after him. Salmi covered him. Willie Fred goes in. And he was checked by Anderson. The puck still in his territory. Anderson tried to get away. Tapped by Poularev. Pass, and here's three leads coming down the ice. Sittler got Anderson. Anderson trying to go to Lanny McDonald. The puck out on the right side. John Portolo can't get it. He kicks it finally to center. Poularev comes up over the line. Poularev slipped it through. Going after it was Willie Flat. He couldn't control it. Now here's Darcy Rhoda selling it. And that went into the corner as he went behind Poularev. Poularev gets the puck again. Salmi not out. Long shot is wide. Don Anderson shooting the puck down the ice. Number 10. Backboard number 5 for the Atlanta Flames. Brad Martin to Poularev. Over it goes to Jan. Jan up to Rhoda. Rhoda tried to get through. Penalty there. And Rhoda pushed up. And the Leafs run into another penalty with 3:56 remaining to play in the first period. And no score. Ian Turnbull.
Darcy Rhoda went down in the corner, and what a good player he's been for Atlanta since the trade from Chicago. 9 goals in 13 games.
Right here, you're going to see him pick up a burst of speed, and Ian Turnbull gets his stick in there and hauls him down. And again, the Atlanta Flames are going to have another power play advantage. And so far, you know, the Leafs have played the box perfectly. You know, they're not allowing Atlanta to have a good chance from that slot area. And here we see they have that high-scoring line out there again.
Leafs have 4 penalties, Atlanta Flames 2 as we get set for this face-off. And they got Bobby Lalonde along with Eric Bale, McMillan, also Chouinard, and Bob Murdoch, number 20. Atlanta back in their own zone, but they have the man advantage. A long pass up to Eric Bale on the blue line, going down with McMillan. Over the line, Lalonde catches up. Gets it back here. Bale's good shot. Here, stop that. The rebound went right to Jimmy Jones. He fires it down the ice. Bouchard shooting the puck around for Chouinard. Chouinard passed it right in front of his own net. And the Atlanta Flames recover. Here they come. Chouinard having all kinds of problems. Now he starts up to his own blue line. Straight down through center. Up to the elite line and over. Eric Bale centered it, back to the blue line. Murdoch gets it over to Chouinard. Here's the shot. And that was grabbed and then batted by Palmatier. The puck, Jimmy Jones trying to get it out. McMillan and Murdoch kicking it in. It goes back to McMillan. McMillan then over to Murdoch. A shot. That one went off the arm of Palmatier. Palmatier hasn't got a goal stick. For McMillan. McMillan. Back it comes to Chouinard, and that one hit Jerry Butler. And Butler's broken his stick, but he knocked it out with his glove. Palmatier back in after he tried to sneak out and get his hockey stick. The net was empty, and he came back like a bullet.
I'll tell you, what action. I've never seen a game like this. This is just fantastic.
I've never seen a play like that. Palmatier thought he had a second or two, and he really did, but suddenly the Flames had control, and look at the two of them go after that puck and deflect it high.
You know, Brian, when you see forwards, defensemen diving at pucks, you can tell how enthusiastic these guys are out here, and they came to play. Both teams, just a fantastic game.
What a period of hockey this has been. We've got 2:24 to play. The Flames have had the edge. The Leafs have had 4 penalties to kill off. They've done it extremely well, but you have to say, how long can this go on?
Well, that's the thing. Again, as we had indicated before, you know, you're playing your key defensemen a lot. It seems like, you know, Turnbull and Salming, they're out there all the time. Of course, Turnbull's in the penalty box now, and you kill off that many penalties. I think later in the game, it may have an effect on these guys.
Don't get distracted. 28 seconds left in Turnbull's penalty.
Okay, Brian, and the Salming clears it for Walt McKechnie. McKechnie cleared it, but not out. Kept in. Atlanta with the puck. That's Bob Murdoch. Murdoch gets it back to Bolderev. Bolderev tries the pass for Russell. Russell took a shot at that one, hit a leg and carried him wide. McKechnie shoots it down the ice. 7 seconds left in the penalty, and we have 2 minutes remaining in the first period, which is scoreless. Maloney stepping into Russell. John Pronovo, then to Ivan Bolderev. Up at center. A pass for Pronovo. Pronovo tried to cut in. Sittler took him out. Dave Hutchison to the blue line. Kept in by number 15. Rod Sealing. Now it's out. Sealing is knocked off the puck. He and Turnbull coming down with Maloney. Turnbull shoots. That's wide. Then Maloney a shot, and Bouchard caught that. Bill Russell coming back for the pass. Up at center for Bolderev. And he is stopped at the blue line. Hutchison then lost it. Now then Hutchison gets it back. Shoots the puck in. Lanny McDonald races after it. Tried to center, hit the back of the net. Williams after. And he takes number 15, Brad Sealing, to the board. Comes back to Grenville. That puck was knocked down. Darcy Rhoda comes back for Atlanta. His pass for Houston comes back out over the blue line. Lanny McDonald cruising down this right side. And Sittler got the puck into Atlanta territory. Darcy Rhoda's given a bump. Now it's brought up to center ice. Bill Clement, number 10, shot it into the corner. Turnbull drives it off the glass down the ice. That's over the red line. Soon it's touched by Graham Marsh. Icing is gone.
Gary, when you talk about a hitting game, the Leafs are doing it very well now. They're taking the body, taking the man without drawing the penalties, and they're making the Flames think a little bit in there.
Absolutely, Brian. Anytime that you start using your weight out there and hitting men, the tendency is once you hit the opposing player's blue line, you know, you're looking up and slowing down, figuring you're going to get hit. So I think it will certainly have an effect as this game goes on.
I had a talk with Tiger Williams today about you. I said, tell me about Dorney. So all I know, he stood in front of the net and scored something like 25,000 goals.
Here's Atlanta with a shot. Palmer snapped that one on a point-blank drive by Darcy Rhoda. Cleared down the ice by the Leafs. Back for it is David Shan. His pass stopped by McKechnie. Knocked down was Pat Boutet. Russell goes through center, shot the puck in. Palmatier to Borja Salming. Salming shoots it along the board. Goes down over the blue line. The horn goes, and the first period is over. Bit of a melee down at the far end. After the whistle went.
Right at the end of the period, Bill, and you can see Matt Pavlich, the veteran linesman, officiated in more playoff games than anybody else, and Randy Mitten, his partner, is in his first playoff game. Mitten from Calgary, his family watching out there tonight. Pavlich from the Sioux, the hometown of Ivan Bolderev. So they're still milling around there in the face-off circle. You see Willie Plett. Tiger wants a word or two with somebody.
Well, Tiger is ready to go, but I think he has to restrain himself, keep his cool, because the last thing he wants to do is, you know, get thrown out of the game right now.
And his son Benji up waiting for his feature, Tiger Williams' feature coming up during the intermission. Hold on, Benji. And Clancy, the daughter, and Brenda, Mrs. Williams. Tiger has some unfinished business here before we look at him on film.
Well, I think, Gary and Brian, that cooler heads are still going to prevail, I believe.
There's a special air of excitement every playoff year. And how do you feel about it, Gary? This is your first.
You know, I've been excited all day, and I feel the same way up here in the broadcast booth as I did down when I played for the Flyers. You know, even the day of a game, you can't eat anything. Your stomach is turning, and in the dressing room, you're walking around. You're dressed an hour before you're ready to go out on the ice, and you're thinking about who you have to play against. It's just an exciting time of the year, and this is what it's all about.
Well, keep your elbows down. That's all we ask up here. Scoreless first period is over, but there's still a lot of conversation going on down there in that face-off circle. Players from both teams out there. Again, we'll remind you, we'll keep you posted by way of the goal scoring in Philadelphia tonight, where the Vancouver Canucks are meeting the Philadelphia Flyers. Flames are 1 for 10 in playoff starts. Not a very impressive record, but they've had a pretty fair year with 41 victories.
You know, Brian, I'm sure that the players that are still left from those 2 years will think about that, you know, and saying, look at guys, we've never won a series here. You know, we've got to get our act together, but I'm sure that's on their mind that they haven't fared that well.
And the Leafs, as Dave mentioned at the outset, have never lost a preliminary round series, and talking to them today, they were quite confident coming in to meet the Atlanta Flames. Beautiful weather here in Atlanta, Georgia, unlike some spots back home. Look at the shots on goal. Atlanta 12, Toronto 5.
Well, the people are certainly loving it. I tell you, they're an enthusiastic group tonight.
And so the score at the end of the first period is Toronto nothing, Atlanta nothing. We're all set to go, and from the face-off, Borja Selming shoots the puck in for the Leafs. Going back for it is number 5, Brad Marsh. Hit Lanny McDonald, gets his back again, and shoots the puck out to center ice. Borja Selming shoots it right back in again. John Anderson out there with Sittler and Lanny McDonald. Goes back of the net into the corner to Marsh. Marsh, along with number 8, David Shan, Ivan Boldarev, Bobby Lalonde, and John Protover, number 9. Puck is shot by the Leafs in again, and the Leafs are now starting a forecheck to start this second period, as they did at the beginning of the first until they ran into a penalty in 13 seconds. Borja Selming around on the board. Shan kept it in for Atlanta. Then Borja Selming picked it off. Got the puck down the ice. That's going to go over the red line. There's a race for it. Lanny McDonald and Marsh. Heck came out in front. Lanny McDonald got to it first. Anderson shot. And that's knocked down and brought back by Shan. 3 on 2. Over the line for Boldarev. Gets it through, and Shan couldn't get it to control it. Borja Selming to Lanny McDonald. Long pass for Anderson. Anderson kicks it over the blue line. Goes after it. Tried to break out in front of the net, and he was covered by Shan, who broke his stick. Now then Anderson went into the board. Puck comes along on this side. Sittler being covered by Darcy Rhoda. The puck shot out to center ice. Turnbull shot the puck in. That's going over the red line, and that could be icing. It is called against the Maple Leafs.
Your attention.
Live from the Omni in Atlanta, as you see Mike Palmatier back there with Dave Hutchison, Butler, Pat Boutette, Jimmy Jones, Sweenard out there. McMillan is going to lead the ice, and Sweenard as well, as Clement now will be at center with Darcy Rhoda on the right side, Bobby Lalonde on the left, Rod Seelig and Phil Russell the defense, and that's Ian Turnbull shooting it off the glass. Russell couldn't keep it in. Russell stopped by Butler, who shot the puck in. Leafs are changing on the go. Ellis is out there. Cleared along the boards for Rhoda. Hutchison ran into Rhoda. The Leafs come up with the puck. Ellis trying to center it, and it was knocked back by Rod Seelig. Nice play by Rod Seelig. Shot tried to come up, but Seelig had that covered. Seelig goes after the puck again. Knocked it off Ellis' stick. Darcy Rhoda coming out on the left wing is hit by Boutette. Clearing pass intended for Clement. Clement. A back pass for Rhoda, intercepted by Pat Boutette. Out it goes for Ellis, and it ends up on Seeling's stick. Dealing to Clement. Clement shoots it. Hits the linesman. Dealing makes sure of it this time, and Hutchinson is back there for it. He's checked. Clement going after the puck, lost his stick. Hutchinson, then to Jimmy Jones. Jones to Hutchinson. Hutchinson hits the referee. Hutchinson gets it out over the blue line. Had to shoot it in. Jones goes after it, and it's a call on a delayed whistle offside. Up at center ice, a quick pass for Lanny McDonald. It goes into the corner. Ed Kia after him. Kia tried to stop Lanny McDonald. He got it back to Burrows. There's his shot, retired. Made a nice save by grabbing that with his left hand.
Anderson right there looking for a rebound, not getting one. You have to wonder, where are the playoff scorers? Here's that shot again. Anderson cruising in there, but Bouchard has good control of that one.
And Bouchard ready for this face-off. Sittler out there with Lanny McDonald and John Anderson. Burrows and Boria Solming. Bolderev, Lalonde, and Jean Pronovo for the Atlanta Flames. Number 20 is Bob Murdoch. Out there with Brad Marsh as the puck comes out over the blue line. Up at center ice. Solming knocked it back. Marsh has it now. He shoots it around on the board. Comes around to John Anderson. He stopped by Lalonde. Lalonde then checked by Anderson. Anderson coming up to center ice with Sittler. Over the line. Sittler stick handling right for Anderson, and he was knocked off the puck. Lalonde was covered. The puck came out in front of the net. Sittler trying to get a shot. Oh, he hit the goal post. And it went out behind Bouchard on the other side. Sittler wrapped one off the post. Marsh with it for Atlanta. Marsh just shoots the puck down to center. It goes back to the blue line. And it's Burrows. Burrows trying to get out on the side. Boutet shoots it in. The Leafs are changing on the goal. And it's back for number 5, Marsh. A long pass up and center for Notable. Notable just shoots it in. Joel Quenville. Quenville's pass for Boutet too far. It's going to go down the ice over the red line. It'll be touched by Shand, and we have icing. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Omni in Atlanta. Just cleared over to the far side. Turnbull goes after it. Sweenard after him. Turnbull sees Pat Boutet going over the line with Ron Ellis. Boutet took a drive. That was stopped. And Pat Boutet was hit by Phil Russell. Puck still in there. Goes to Boutet. Pat Boutet and Russell bumping together. Now then Ellis tries to center it. Ellis has the puck. Got it across the goal mouth. Jimmy Jones. And we have Boutet and Russell both with their sticks up high.
Oh, you could tell this is coming. They've been going at each other with the sticks and the elbows. Now Russell is pummeling Boutet on the head. But you could smell this one coming, Gary. They had a good 30 seconds or so where they just bumped and bruised each other until the gloves went down.
Brian, they had a good battle behind the net, in front of the net, beside the net, throwing their weight around, and kind of a mismatch there, but the linesmen get in between them. You know, you just don't like to see when the players start swinging their sticks.
Talking to Cliff Fletcher about Russell, he said he's really given us some stability back on defense since we acquired him from Chicago. And Boutet, of course, always a scrappy performer. This was the finish of it, actually, when the gloves went off, but they had about 3 meetings just prior to that.
Jimmy Jones out there with number 17, Jerry Butler, along with Boria Salming and Dave Burrows. A long pass for Bob McMillan. Goes into the corner and Leaf territory around on the board. The Atlanta Flames with a man advantage. No score in the game. Jimmy Jones takes his time and then lifts a high backhand, and Sweenard will have to go back for it. Bouchard playing it casually into the corner. Bob Murdoch drops it back to Sweenard. Sweenard at his own blue line. Up at center ice with a pass to Bolderev. Bolderev gets around Salming, centered it, and it's right out of the stick of Jerry Butler. And Butler on a second try gets it out to center ice. Sweenard of Atlanta to Bob McMillan. McMillan Nearly lost it. Now Bolderev gets over the line. Bolderev and Butler bump together. And Dave Burrows gets the puck and he shoots it down the ice. There's a minute and 2 seconds left in the penalty. No score in this hockey game, second period. Up for McMillan, number 11, over the line. With Eric Bale, he's knocked down by Maloney. And here's McKechnie, he's got a break. He's going down the ice. Trying to go right in, he shoots, score! Walt McKechnie, the top left-hand corner.
The Leafs come off the bench to congratulate Walt McKechnie. Short-handed. He was killing off time there, and he stole the puck at his own blue line. A little miscue by the Flames inside the Leaf blue line, and away went McKechnie, and he made no mistake on that drive.
Well, I'll tell you, just a great shot there. And if you ever want to kill a team or really hurt a team's confidence, it's scoring when they have a man advantage. And here's just a race between Murdoch and McKechnie, high up in the glove side. Beautiful shot.
What a move it was getting McKechnie for the Leafs this year. He's had a tremendous season. Look at the race he puts on to outfoot Murdoch, who sprawls too late, and it's 1-0 Leafs here in the second period.
You know, just prior to that, Butler made just a super hit on Bolderev there to strip him from the puck.
All set to go with Bobby Lalonde now at center. Pronovo at false start. We'll do it all over again. Ken Houston on the left side. Toronto Maple Leafs leading by a score of 1-0. Walt McKechnie scoring at 6:26. Goes back to Bob Murdoch. Murdoch stumbled but got it over on the wing to Swinard. Swinard for Jean Pronovo. And Palmatier over for Maloney, and Maloney drives it down the ice. And Swinard goes back for Atlanta. There's 25 seconds left in the one minor penalty to Pat Boutet, which would put the Leafs back on even terms, but they scored while they themselves were short-handed and lead by a score of 1-0. Maloney back of the net, trying to get it with his skate, push to the boards, and Burrows. There's going to be a penalty here, holding. Maloney was trying to get away from there, and we'll see who gets the penalty. I think it's going to be number 6, Ken Houston, for holding Maloney, who tried to get the puck out.
Or you saw him put his arm around Maloney. Meanwhile, McKechnie still exulting over his fourth playoff goal in a career that has included only 10 playoff games. And watch this replay now.
There's the hold right there. Maloney had a stride and ready to shoot the puck out, and Houston grabbed a hold of him, and the Leafs are going to enjoy a man advantage in 1 second.
McKechnie's been around a long time, had only 10 playoff games. This is his 10th, and he gets his first playoff goal as a Toronto Maple Leaf.
You know, Brian, when you talk about how momentum can swing right now, the Leafs are leading 1-0. They have an opportunity for a power play very shortly and get that next goal, and then it's an altogether different ball game. So this is a key part of the game right now.
Referee Bruce Hood over at the penalty bench. Now he's moved out of the play, and we're all set to start again. Teams are 5 aside for, as Gary said, 1 second. And now then, back on the ice is Paul Gardner, as the puck shot knocked down by Lanny McDonald. Over to Ron Wilson. Over for Lanny McDonald to Darryl Sittler. With Paul Gardner on the left. Lanny McDonald shoots. Bouchard stopped that. And it's driven out off Turnbull to center right. Turnbull for Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald goes back to Turnbull. Turnbull then over for Ron Wilson. Ron Wilson up at center. Shot the puck in. Bouchard shoots it out. And it deflects off Wilson to center right. Ian Turnbull in for Ron Wilson. 1:22 remaining in the penalty. The Leafs have scored the first goal of the game, and they lead by a score of 1-0. Up for Ian Turnbull. A pass for Gardner. Gardner going into the corner. Trying to get it back. Lanny McDonald's there, and it's chopped, but Turnbull gets it. Ian Turnbull a shot. Bouchard stops that. Lanny McDonald. Back to Turnbull. Back to Lanny McDonald. Into Paul Gardner, and he was checked. Goes to Lanny McDonald. Over it comes to Wilson, a shot. Right in front, Bouchard covers up that, holds it out.
Very clever playmaking by the Leafs now. McDonald and Gardner teaming up, keeping good control in that Atlanta zone.
Good play by Gardner here to get himself in front of the net, and only the good work of Bouchard kept that one out. You know, when the Leafs break out of their own zone in the power play and shoot it in, one thing that they have to do is keep it away from Bouchard, because he handles the puck so well, and a lot of times you'll see him just shoot the puck right out of his own zone. So try to dump it in softly in the corner so the Leafs can gain possession.
11 minutes and 36 seconds to play in the second period. 46 seconds left to Houston's penalty. There's a shot. Bouchard stopped that. Sittler tried to get to it. And a nice play by number 10. Bill Clement gets the puck down the ice. And Wilson has to go back for it. Ron Wilson anchors the power play for the Maple Leafs. Boreas Salming out there with him. Salming and Clement collided. Up at center for Wilson. Over to Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald, a long pass for Gardner. Gardner then a pass in front off Sittler. And Lanny McDonald to Wilson again. Got it right in front. Gardner was left uncovered, but he couldn't get the shot away. The puck. Gardner trying to center it.
Well, Gardner's angry at that quick whistle, the one he considered quick by referee Bruce Hood. I knew you'd spot Gardner in front of the net, Gary. You're an expert on that kind of play.
Well, I'll tell you again, Brian, as we have indicated so often, you know, there's a time to go in front, and usually you want to get in front anytime a shot is directed at that goalie. Even if you can't deflect it, you know, cause the goalie to look around you or you know, bother with you. As long as you take his concentration away from what's happening out there, that's the idea of it.
3 straight 30-goal seasons for Paul Gardner.
9 seconds remaining in the penalty as McKechnie, Maloney, and Ellis with Turnbull and Joel Quenneville out there for the Maple Leafs. McKechnie won the draw to Turnbull a shot. That's why. They went out in front again. It's a score!
McKechnie. That's his second in a row. McKechnie, and he set it up from the face-off. He won the face-off cleanly, back to Turnbull. The drive-on goal was wide, and it came right out, and McKechnie was right there, and it's 2-0 Leafs, and I'm not sure whether that penalty was up or not, but the Leafs don't care about now. They have the 2 goal balls.
Boy, when you're hot, you're hot. Let's watch this one again. Now, it'll bounce right behind Maloney. Gets possession of it. McKechnie is striding right in towards the net and just puts it home. See it again from another angle. Now watch Maloney get a piece of it, and McKechnie's going right in on the play. Nobody around him, picks the far corner.
That was a good setup from Maloney because he was pretty heavily checked in there. And there's the congratulations for the second time in the last few minutes for Walt McKechnie, 9-14.
You know, Ryan, it's so much easier, you know, when you're striding into the puck and have a chance of shot on that, rather than be too close to the net and have to back up. That's why we always say stay deep in the slot and then stride into the shot. And that's exactly what McKechnie did.
Well, the Flames are chanting now to try and rally the Atlanta Flames, who are trailing 2-0 now in the second period. As the Leafs clear the puck in, it's going over the red line. Ed Keel will touch it. Icing called against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs with the puck. It's Joel Quenneville back of the net. With Ian Turnbull. Quenneville's long pass up at center off Jerry Butler's stick. Back for it is Ed Kia. Leafs are changing on the go. The puck is shot down the ice by Atlanta. And Turnbull will get back to get it. Try to clear it along the boards. Well, McKechnie's there as well. McKechnie trying to get the puck out. Darcy Rhoda. A pass for Lalonde. Pass to the blue line. Kia shot it to Rhoda. Shot it across to Gomov. And Maloney taps it out to Walt McKechnie. Ron Ellis trying to catch up with him. And it went back behind Ellis. And back down the Atlanta Flames. Darcy Rhoda. The play is called.
That'll be Quenneville. Another penalty. And again, we have a mix-up in the corner of the arena. McKechnie went down 2-on-1 with Ellis, and you very seldom see McKechnie make a bad pass. I think he was a little concerned about the defenseman in front of him and tried to feed Ellis perfectly, and it was just a little bit behind him.
Right. The puck is cleared by the Leafs down the ice, and Boldarev has to go back for it, number 12. The Leafs scored their first goal of the playoff while they were short-handed. And it was Paul McKechnie at 6:26. Here the Leafs again, and Boreas Salming drove the puck high. And the Flames are having trouble in their own zone. Here's Sweetard. A pass over to John Furnival. Furnival comes down the ice, shoots the puck into the corner. Leafs go back after it. Jerry Butler trying to trap it, and it's Boreas Salming off the board, and it's out. As Sweetard couldn't keep it in. John Gould back to Sweetard. Sweetard back to Eric Phil. Eric Phil comes up the center. Shoots it over the line offside.
Brian, what's happening now is the Flames, they seem very nervous out there, not sure of themselves, and when you have 15,000, 16,000 people screaming at you too, it's a very difficult situation. So somehow they've got to gain their composure here and get back into this thing.
Oh, you can see it out there, Gary. They seem very tight and very slow moving, and they're so deliberate in their plays. They've got to loosen up a little bit if they're going to get back.
Goes back to Eric Vail. Eric Vail over the line. A pass for Jean Pronovo. Round on the board. Stopped by Bob McMillan. He's hit. And Boreas Salming comes back. Salming up the center. Over the blue line. Having trouble controlling it. Goes to the board. Took a body check from Jean Pronovo. Ellis gets in there. And they've got a face-off down in Atlanta territory. 49 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, look in your program.
Well, Salming showed more speed there than anybody here tonight.
Well, again, you know, we talked, Brian, how the defense of the Leafs get involved in the offense, and here he loses the puck, kicks it up to him, and ends up with a face-off in the Atlanta zone.
Well, the ice is very slow here tonight. It was obvious in the first period. We mentioned it earlier in the hockey game. Salming having a lot of trouble controlling that, but with his great skills, he was able to get it into the corner where play was stopped, and we have a... What do we
contact lens?
His contact lens, I guess. Boy, they're hard to spot on the ice.
Jimmy Jones out there with Jerry Butler. Another oddity, Brian, is the fact that the Leafs have now outshot the Flames 14-13, so Atlanta's only had one shot on goal in the second period. Palmatier taps the puck to the blue line. Stopped there by Sweetard. He gave it away, and it's cleared out to center ice. Going back for it and covering up is Bob Murdoch. Murdoch at center. To the Leaf line. Shoved it through. Jerry Butler. Around on the boards for Jimmy Jones. He just gulps it down the ice, and there's 20 seconds left of the penalty as the fans here and there get a little bit restless. Toronto Maple Leafs 2. Atlanta Flames no score. Ed Kia's pass to Bob Murdoch. Murdoch. A pass for Lalonde. A shot. That's hot wide. Palmatier was knocked out of the net. Gets back. Here it comes back to the blue line. A shot. That's high. And back on the ice is Brendel. Play is called. Salming and Darcy Rhoda.
It's a familiar scene. I remember one of those.
I think Bruce Hood has kept things in pretty good control. I know the fans here in Atlanta don't agree. They've been on Bruce tonight, but Quenneville stepped out of the box just after that shot and almost had an opportunity to break away with the puck. Well, the crowd here now really incensed with that decision by Bruce Hood, giving Rhoda a penalty as well.
Well, I would question that call also, Brian, but of course I'm not the official, and I think Rhoda was just there in the circumstances, and he ended up with a penalty. But Palmatier certainly worked him over pretty good.
Well, Palmatier likes to protect that crease area. His goal area, that's his domain, and nobody gets in there without paying the consequences, like Cheevers and a few others.
Well, with Joel Quenneville back on the ice, the teams are even at 5 aside. As a result of these minor penalties, Rhoda for roughing and high sticking to Palmatier, 12:25. Toronto Maple Leafs lead 2-0. And it's Darryl Sittler flipping the puck out to center ice, where it's broken up and taken back by Phil Russell. It's stopped by Darrell Sittler. Darrell Sittler got it back over the line. And back there for it, clearing it by Rod Sealing, and he has it handed back to him. Sealing trying to work his way out. Gets it up, stopped by Sittler, but it was offside, as just outside the blue line.
Well, Roger Nielsen's game plan is working for him tonight. His team is checking hard. The penalty killing for the Leafs has just been exceptional tonight. He had a very big first period out of Palmateer. Hasn't been so busy in this period. And, of course, Walt McKechnie came up with the two big plays for him.
Ryan, it's just unbelievable how a goaltending pair like Palmateer will change the whole attitude of the players in front of him and say, look at this guy is winning this game and keeping us in this game. Let's go and work for him. And this is what has happened this period.
It's Ian Turnbull, a long pass for Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald gets it back for Sittler. It slides all the way down to Palmateer. Up it over. Krenzel into the corner for Turnbull. Stopped by and deflected across into the corner. Marsh moves up. His shot is way wide. Lanny McDonald after it. Pokes the puck past Shand and down the ice, and Bill Clement goes back for it. Into the corner. A pass up. Picked up there by number 8, David Shand. Gets to center, and the Leafs break that up and shoot it back into Atlanta territory. Now then, Brad Marsh. Pass up. At center right. Got by Houston. Houston covered by Salming. Walt McKechnie trying to get down the board, and the puck hops into the Leaf bench.
He's been the story of this period. Walt McKechnie scoring 2 goals, 6:26 into the period, then again at 9:14, one of them shorthanded.
You know, Brian, this close checking that the Leafs are applying to Atlanta now has them totally frustrated. They're a frustrated hockey club out there, and somehow, you know, somebody has to take charge and just lead them and get them going here, because the Leafs have this game, as it stands right now, in complete control.
6 minutes, 8 seconds, as the puck is inside Atlanta territory. The clock hasn't started. It's still at 6:08. Now they started. The play went on for at least 3 or 4 seconds before the clock came on.
Well, here's an Atlanta penalty now. This gentleman seems very concerned as he looks up at the clock, sees that score 2-0 with 6:04 to play, second period.
Every night in home workshops, there are people creating. These are the people Dremel makes.
Now the Leafs with McKechnie, Wilson, Maloney, and Salming playing 5 men to 4. Bill Clement, Phil Russell, and Bob Murdoch for Atlanta. Toronto Maple Leafs lead 2-0 with 5:58 remaining to play in the second period. Oh yes, Salming. Starting with the pass to McKechnie. McKechnie goes straight down center. He's really flying over the line. Goes after it. McKechnie into the corner, trying to pick it off. He's got it again. Back to Boreas Salming. Here comes the shot. It's right on as
Bouchard playing without his goal stick there. He lost it as McKechnie went behind the net. In between Bouchard and the goalpost, knocked the stick away.
That's a great save by Bouchard there, and you know, he plays a lot like Esposito, does that spread out style, and you're going to see him feed Salming here, and goes right down, comes up with a save. Notice Maloney fighting him his way in front of the net there.
And there's Boreas Salming. Lisa made a change. Sittler out there with Paul Gardner and Lanny McDonald. Ron Wilson and Boreas Salming. All set to go. Puck is dropped. It comes back to Salming. Salming gave it to Sittler. Sittler takes his shot off the leg. Gardner was knocked down and the puck shot down the ice. Going back, Palmateer, back of his goal. Left it there for Ron Wilson. At full strength, coming down, Sittler, Lanny McDonald, Gardner, and it was intercepted and shot out by John Gould. Boreas Salming 1:04 to go in the penalty. Being watched by Bill Clement. Goes all the way back. Back in the net. Now he'll start out. Has Lanny McDonald in front of him. A pass, and Lanny McDonald really got loose right through the center. Darryl Sittler. He shot the puck in. Richard off the glass. Clement couldn't get it out. Shot out. Right out of Lanny McDonald. Stick for Paul Gardner. And Gardner couldn't get the puck. Got back to Turnbull. Turnbull over for Walt McKechnie. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull goes over the line. Left the puck to center ice. And McKechnie goes back for it. Well, 11 seconds now with the penalty as the puck is shot in. Richard shoots it. Turnbull knocked it down. Knocked it behind the net. Into the corner. Back up out is Boldarev. Ivan Boldarev and Atlanta's on the ice. McKechnie trying to cover the horn. The shot over top of the net. Ivan Boldarev gets it back at the blue line. Sharing the shot. Boldarev again. Back of the net. That was taken by Hutchison. Hutchison to McKechnie. And he shot it down the ice. That's over the red line. That is ice. There we see the clock of Ottawa Maple Leafs leading Atlanta. And 3:27 left. Second period. Butler taking his time getting onside. The puck in front. Here comes Protable after it. He shoots goal!
Protable, after the Flames won the faceoff, slipped it in the corner. It's a 2-1 game, and now the Flames come off the bench. This will give them some life. With 3:23 to play, second period, they're back in the game.
I'll tell you, the Flames needed something like that, and watch out now. And the old pro and captain of the Atlanta Flames, Pronovo, comes through, and you know, Atlanta had only had one shot prior to the goal by Pronovo.
He's such a slick hockey player, Pronovo. He didn't have much room there. 4 or 5 inches, he got it in along the ice, and the Flames finally get on the score sheet, and they're a very high-scoring team all year long.
Ryan, 3 different players had a crack at Pronovo, though, and they couldn't stop him.
Back. Atlanta clear the puck up at center. A long shot is taken by Burrows. Burrows with the lead. Off the boards to Pat Brissett. Stopped by Shan. Then Boldarev shoots the puck in again. Shooting the puck there for Boris Roman. Ball down. The puck is underneath him, and there'll be a big one in the Leafs zone to the right. As the fans come alive, Gary.
What a din here at the Omni. You'd think the South had won the war.
I'll tell you, the enthusiasm is just tremendous in here, and I think the fans have just gotten this Atlanta club going now. You know, I know what it was like at the Spectrum when the fans were cheering. The adrenaline is just flowing, and you're going to see a different Atlanta hockey club out here now.
Well, the organist is helping out too.
2 minutes and 57 seconds and counting in the second period. 2-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jimmy Jones can't get the puck out. Squared and Eric Vail. Vail knocks against the boards, and we'll get another whistle.
I think the important thing, Gary, from the Leafs standpoint is to get out of this period without any more damage being done. They've got 2:44 left to play, second period.
Absolutely, Brian. They don't want any more goals scored against them. They still have the lead, and you just got to keep their composure. But it's amazing how fast the momentum will swing. You know, Toronto had it going their way, and everything was going right for them. Atlanta had one shot this period, and then all of a sudden, boom, you know, the Flames are back in it. That's the beauty of this game.
One thing Atlanta was doing very well was standing up along their blue line moments ago and meeting the Leafs, not letting them get in over there, not letting Salming set up Sittler or McDonald. And they came back right after that and got the goal they were looking for.
Salming over at the Leaf bench getting a new stick. Here he comes back.
That's a nice tactic that we use. Just slow things down here and get everybody a chance to gain their composure.
Sweet iron with McMillan and Vail. the fans here in the Omni really hooping it up for the Atlanta Flames. Now we have Butler against Sweenard. Puck comes back to the blue line. Kept in there by Phil Russell. That Boutet bumps into his check. The puck came out. Sealing getting it over to Russell. Russell's pass up for Eric Bale. Bale goes into the corner. Ian Turnbull shot it. McMillan settled it, but the Leafs have it. Pat Boutet got the puck in. Bouchard. Back of the goal. Way down to Pat Boutet's stick. Here's Clayton. Butler trying to chop it in front of the goal. Goal shoot. And Bouchard covers up. Play is called.
Oh, it spurted loose for just a moment. I don't know whether the whistle had gone then or not, but good action in front of Bouchard. And the crowd yells, boo, boo, but that's Bouchard. They're not booing anybody.
Right, you have the checking line there that the Leafs are using, Jones, Butler, and Boutet, and they almost had a bonus there, scoring a goal.
On the faceoff, Ed Keel, back of the net. Ed Keel of Atlanta with 2 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. And the score is 2-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Atlanta Flames. Puck goes back to the net. Picked off there at Bob Murdoch. Then Turnbull tried to keep it in. Bolarev gets it out. Sittler gave him a shout. And Darryl Sittler sends Tiger Williams. Shot. That's knocked down. And Palmatier stops that, and the puck is carried down the ice. Lanny McDonald after it. No ice. Lanny McDonald gets it back to Sittler. Sittler trying to keep it in there, and it's shot back. Hutchison down past where Jean Pronovo and Willie Platt. Out of Atlanta. Knocked off the puck. Williams just gets rid of it to center ice. Jan over on the wing for Ed Kia. His shot knocked down by Hutchison. Out to Darryl Sittler. Lanny McDonald gets there to get away. And they're starting to put it. They're hitting each other.
They're into it now. Sittler, Hutchison. Oh, the glove went flying in the air, and they're all into it. Oh, the electricity is really something in here now. There's with his jersey off. Taking a look at things as punches are flying in all directions here at the Omni in Atlanta. Sittler lands a good right. Gloves and sticks all over the ice. Everybody standing here at the Omni. Shand. And Tiger Williams now in front of a Leaf bench.
Well, they're throwing now.
Throwing.
Good left. Well, anytime you get a lot of body checks being thrown out there, Brian, sooner or later, you're going to have a fight or two, and it's exactly what happened. I don't know how the Atlanta Flames have that extra man on the ice, but they do.
This crowd has been in an uproar since Pronovo got the first Atlanta goal to make it a 2-1 game. Now Hutchison wants to get in. Little Bobby Lalonde gets in there. Number 6 of the Flames. Houston is involved. Hutchison still throwing punches. They can't bring him down. There are 2 or 3 of them. Palmatier is furious, banging his stick on the ice. Now the Leafs come off. Turnbull comes out to help, and he starts punching. We could have something get out of hand here.
The Atlanta Flames had the extra man on the ice. I don't know where he came from, but Turnbull jumped on the ice.
one to spot that. Palmatier was really getting frustrated. You could sense that he wanted to get involved. He was banging his goal stick on the ice. He noticed the discrepancy in numbers. And Turnbull finally came off the bench and got into it. Turnbull has his opponent pinned now right on the blue line as Shand and Williams are still ready for another round. Randy Mitten. Now this is some game for his first playoff game. Randy Mitten from Calgary.
You know, Houston and Rhoda were both taking shots at Hutchinson, and then that's when Turnbull jumped on the ice. Well, we might have a few ejections after this, Brian.
Underwear showing out there on the Flames part. We finally got Williams divorced from Shand. Now Houston has challenged Williams, and here comes Flett. He'd like a piece of Williams. So the Leafs move in, and they square off once again. You'd think they'd be too tired to carry on anymore. The captain says, I'm going to get a drink here.
I'm just wondering, Gary, with 51 seconds remaining, whether the referee might play it in the next period.
Oh, Burroughs is into it now. Look at those punches.
You know, you have no idea how that takes the strength out of you for the remainder of the game. You know, you're just whipped, so you can appreciate how well conditioned those boxers are.
Well, that was Shand and Burroughs. Shand had quite a wrestling match and a punch-up with Williams, and he must have a lot of energy because he decided to throw some punches then with Burroughs. Just 51 seconds, as you mentioned, Gary, to play in this second period. They are tired. Now it's up to Bruce Hood to sort out the penalty minutes and we'll find out what happened to Turnbull.
You know, it might be a good idea right now just to send both teams to the dressing room and add on the 51 seconds to the next period. You know,
well, I agree with that. That might be a good idea. Gary, often wonder why they don't hurt themselves more in these fights. There aren't more broken bones in the hand. Look at Tiger.
Here we go.
Cliff Fletcher told me before the game, if the Leafs want to get physical, we'll stand right up to them. Because I'm not concerned about us being intimidated.
Well, I think, you know, intimidation has played such a big part in professional hockey. But I think once you get in the National Hockey League, it's very difficult to intimidate the majority of the players, you know, or you wouldn't be in here. It's a tough league, so you're not going to run anybody out of the ice, out of the building. I think some players are just a little more aggressive than others. Well, they locked Tiger outside the ice surface.
Not for long. There's the time remaining, 51 seconds, and as Gary has mentioned, there's a possibility we may play it in the next period, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The teams are going to leave the ice.
Yeah, by the time they get everything sorted out, and you know, it could erupt again, so send the teams to the dressing room, get everybody a chance to gain their composure and think what they have to do in that next period.
It's Toronto Maple Leafs 2 and Atlanta 1.
There's one of the evicted Leafs, Tiger Williams, looking on.
Jimmy Jones out there with Jerry Butler, Grenville, and Boria Salming. Sweeney, number 16 at center, with Eric Bale on the wing, Kia, and Murdoch. Teams are even, 5 aside. Boria Salming's pass along the board, stopped by Murdoch. Murdoch gets it in along the boards again. A pass up for Ed Key, and that was too hard from Sweenard. And it's cleared up to him, though, and away he goes. A pass to Eric Hale, a shot off Boria Salming's stick. Tipped over for Boria Salming. Now it's Jimmy Jones ahead to Jerry Butler. One man back. Going over the line. Takes the shot, and he drove it wide. Sweenard from the right side. A pass over to Kia. Ed Kia knocks Butler down. Puck is underneath them, and that's where play ends. Okay, Gary, and the puck goes over to the far wing. There's 22 seconds remaining in that penalty. They're against the boards again, and it's whistled down by Bruce Hood.
Still, I think I'll try to bring you up on the penalties. For the Flames, Rhoda got 2, 5, 5, and a game. Houston got 4 minutes in minor penalties and a game misconduct. Marsh got a major and a game misconduct. Flood a major and a game misconduct. Shan got 10 minutes in penalties, 2 majors that is, and a game.
Okay, Brian, and it's Boria Salming at center ice, being chased back there by Jean Pronovo. And he goes all the way back inside his own territory behind the net. Now then, Paul Gardner is out there. Puck taken by Bobby Lalonde. Lalonde missed a body check but lost the puck. Salming over for Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald playing with Gardner and Anderson. Bouchard shooting the puck down the ice. Leafs have the odd man advantage now with Wilson out there now and Salming. As a result of the penalty expiring, Lanny McDonald goes after it. Then Lalonde is jammed against the boards and plays ball. Clement at center now for Atlanta. Puck comes back and out. Knocked back in again, and it was called offside.
Gary didn't get a chance to catch up on the Leaf penalties now. Hutchison had 2 minors, a major, and a game. Turnbull had a major, a 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct. Sittler, a major, 10 minutes, and a game misconduct. Williams had a major and a game misconduct, and Burroughs got 5 minutes.
Well, you look at the players that were ejected, and Sittler and Turnbull, that's certainly going to hurt them. You know, Sittler, great on the power play, a good face-off man. Turnbull, one of the steadier defensemen. And you look at the Atlanta players that were ejected, at least they didn't get any of their high scores, you know, thrown out of the game. So we'll have to see what happens.
The puck is cleared by Atlanta down the ice. Palmatier left it there for Boria Salming. Salming back in the net. Salming trying to work his way out. As the Flames back off, Boria Salming went over the line. Lanny McDonald thought he was going to shoot it in, and he was way offside.
We have an unofficial count. Dave has handed us here of 218 penalty minutes. I repeat, that's unofficial at the moment. They're still adding. That would be a playoff single-game record. A lot of pressure now on the Leafs with the big guns out of there. And the Flames, as you mentioned, Gary, they still have McMillan and Chouinard and others who can put the puck in the net.
Toronto 2, Atlanta 1, 17:55 in the third period. Boria Salming, a pass up on the left side of John Anderson. Anderson to Gardner. Gardner back to Wilson. Wilson over for John Anderson, a shot. That was knocked down by Bouchard. Anderson again with it. Off the boards to Salming. Over to Wilson. Back to Salming. Into Anderson. Back to Wilson. Over to Salming. Salming took a shot. Lanny McDonald off the board. Goes back to Wilson. Over to Salming. Back to Lanny McDonald. He dropped it back to Wilson. There's the shot. He fired it wide. In the match. And it'll go inside the blue line.
Fair passing by the Leafs. McDonald, Salming, and Wilson out there.
That was excellent puck movement, and the Leafs finally did throw it around and had Atlanta out of position where Wilson had a good chance for a shot on net, but just shot it wide. But that was excellent puck movement on the Leafs there.
As you can see, when the puck ends up in the webbing behind the net, it's brought outside the blue line if the Leafs put it there.
McKechnie, Ellis, and Maloney. That's Bill Clement at center. As the puck is cleared by Quimble, Bouchard made the save. And Kia off the board. Walt McKechnie with the puck. Back to Wilson. Over it goes to Quimble. A shot right in front. And McKechnie is going to get to the penalty there. Walt McKechnie's stick went into the... And it's a penalty. From the Omni in Atlanta, this is Stanley Cup 79.
Walt McKechnie takes the first penalty of this third period for tripping. As Bill mentioned, he got the blade of his stick right in the blade of the player's skates.
Well, this certainly could be a key part of this third period here, Brian, with Atlanta shortly going to enjoy that one-man advantage.
Goya Salming shoots the puck around on the board as Atlanta back at full strength. Now Atlanta with a man advantage, trailing 2-1. Come to center ice. Four of them over the line for Mark. He stopped. Jimmy Jones couldn't get it out. Jerry Butler drives it down the ice. And Bouchard stops it. Back for it is Bill Russell. Russell, a pass ahead to Bobby Lalonde. Lalonde takes a long shot. Deflected by Palmentier over the glass. Into the crowd.
The great first period enjoyed by Palmentier seems like it took place ages ago. This game has gone on and on. All the Leafs now, they're the evicted players. Four of the Leafs, Hutchison, Turnbull, Sittler, and Williams out of the game. 5 Flames out, Rhoda, Houston, Marsh, Plett, and Sham.
They all got their sweatsuits out there. Well, you'll never get a better seat in the house than what they've got.
There's one they'd like better.
Lining every man up inside. Bolderev, Sweenard, Vale, Jimmy Jones, and Bolderev couldn't see eye to eye, so we'll have Sweenard in there against Jerry Butler. McMillan, number 11, is there as well. The Leafs win the draw and shoot it down the ice. Right back for it is Russell. Russell, a pass to Bolderev, back to Russell. Russell coming to center. A pass over to Guy Sweenard. He shot it around behind the net. Palmentier stopped that, and Sully lifts the high one. It goes bouncing down off the glass down the ice. Guy Sweenard will try it again. 53 seconds left in the penalty. The Atlanta Flames trying to be awfully deliberate. Coming up to center, Bolderev. Back to him from McMillan. It's over the line, but it's offside, called by linesman Matt Pavlik.
Bill Russell got over the line just an inch or two ahead of his teammate.
You know, just prior to that, Brian, Palmentier, when the puck was shot in, he just left the puck so nicely for Salming, who was able to ice it down, and that plays such an important part in what you do behind your blue line for that goalie, just to lay the puck there for his defenseman so that they can get it down the ice. There you see the Atlanta ejected players viewing the game.
Toronto Maple Leafs are leading 2-1 in this third period. 15:37 left. The puck goes down the ice. And back there for number 2, Bill Russell. Russell to Bolderev. Bolderev at the blue line, up at center. To the Leaf line. Breaks way through. Over in a goal. And Palmetier's got that. Another one. And it's knocked down the ice. Mike Palmentier made 2 sensational saves. Otherwise, that was a tie hockey game. Bolderev in again. Drops it to Beal. His shot hit Salming. Kept in by Sweenard. Over to Beal. Beal gets it over on the side, right out in front. Palmentier got a piece of it. It's still Beal trying to center it. Bolderev covered by Maloney. McKechnie's on the ice. It's against the board. Maloney gets in there to cover. The puck is still loose. Finally, Beal and Maloney. McKechnie comes up with it. Walt McKechnie just shoots it out and down the ice to center. Back for it, Russell. Russell, a pass, cleared back over the line. Lanny McDonald. Puck is checked into the board, and it's back for John Anderson. John Anderson stops, takes his shot, and that's deflected high as Russell leaves the ice. after that tremendous check. Just underway here as Pat Boutette goes down. Comes out to center ice. Joel Quenville shot it back over the line. Back there for it is number 20, Bob Murdoch. And Murdoch of Atlanta with a pass up to the blue line. At center ice for Bill Clement. Clement gets over the line, is given a shove by Burroughs. And it's a pass around to Lanny McDonald, who just bangs it down the ice. It goes wide of the net, it'll be icing. And brought back with 13:31 remaining.
Well, regardless of what happens in this game, they'll still look back on those 2 saves by Palmateer. Just marvelous saves a couple of moments ago, Gary.
That's just incredible how he's playing. Look at that. That's...
You know, I've seen him play. I shouldn't be surprised at things like that now, but I see him make 2 like that, and I just can't believe it.
Well, you know, Brian, when you have a goalie that challenges, you know, coming out when a player doesn't expect it, that's the name of the game.
Oh, Gardner out there now. Hits the puck up to Lanny McDonald, going up with John Anderson at center over the line. And it goes to the corner. Lanny McDonald after it. It's cleared around on the boards. And out come Atlanta. 3 of them. Bolderev with Lalonde on the left. Bolderev trying to get in again. And that was knocked off to the side. It rolls to the blue line and out. Lanny McDonald and Russell bump together. And a pass up for Anderson again is broken up. John Pronovo comes back. Here's the shot. And that's fired wide. It came out in front. Palmateer's got it and holds on.
You know, Brian, twice now Bolderev has almost broken through that middle. One time he got a good shot on net, but they have to take his body. They just can't stick check him.
With the score, Toronto 2, Atlanta 1. This is Stanley Cup 79. From Atlanta, the face-off in weak territory. Renard, Eric Bale, Bobby McMillan. For the Atlanta Flames. Out on the boards, Jerry Butler tries to get it out, he can't. And Quenville had Eric Bale all tied up. And it's shot down the ice, and going back forward is Bob Murdoch. Murdoch out there with Ed Kia, number 19, has the puck. Ed Kia's pass, taken by Sweenard. It was behind McMillan. McMillan then passes to Kia. Kia at the blue line up at center. And Quenville covered his man. Boria Salming goes back to get it. Boria Salming with the puck, pulls away from the check, still has it, gets over to the blue line, and Boutette shoots it the rest of the way by deflecting it into Atlanta territory. Bob Murdoch dropping it back to Kia. Kia, pass up to center ice, 2-1 for the Maple Leafs. 11:59 remaining in the third period. Here's a shot. That is knocked down and covered by Burroughs, who dove in front of the shot.
Well, we're coming close now to the halfway mark in this period. And Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the attitude on the bench get through each shift? Each shift brings you a little closer to the end of the game. I'm talking about the Leaf attitude now.
Absolutely. You notice there the block shot by Burroughs, and you know when players on the bench see this, they just get pumped up. Look what he's doing, going down to block a shot. I can do the same. And I think each shift you have to a lot of concentration involved out there. Make sure you do your job.
Dave Burroughs, number 26. He's covered by Bill Clement, who centered it. Palmateer's knocked down. And the puck is cleared off the glass down the ice. Going back together is Phil Russell, and that is icing called against the Leafs.
You know, right now the Atlanta Flames are taking to the Leafs, and it seems like the Leafs are content to sit on that 1-goal lead. And I still maintain that they've got to start putting some pressure on in the Atlanta zone, because sooner or later, you know, the gate is going to open.
A lot of guys that can put the pressure on, though, aren't out there.
Bill Clement still with the puck, banned on his first try, trying to get it out in front. Cleared by Ron Wilson, but not out. Goes back around on the board, back to the net. Burroughs takes his man off in the corner. That was John Gould. Now then Ron Ellis is covered by John Pronovo, and play is called. Puck is dropped, cleared by Burroughs for Quenville. Unable to get it out with Dan Maloney, but now Walt McKechnie. A pass for Ron Ellis. Ellis chops the puck down the right side, and Gould then feeds it over. And up the ice, a pass by Sealing into the Leaf territory. Walt McKechnie McKechnie off the board. Clement is hit by Maloney. Maloney and McKechnie. Maloney trying to get the puck out. He couldn't. Here's Atlanta trying to get it in front. There's a backhand, and Palmetier stopped that. Played by the Leafs desperately down the ice. And Atlanta putting on tremendous pressure.
You know, another thing here, when the Leafs get in trouble in their own zone, their play is to throw it around the boards. And this puts a lot of pressure on the wingers, not only to get control of that puck and try and make a play, but, you know, you have the defensemen that are pinching in on you. So when you can't make that good play, your wingers, they have a big responsibility out there.
10 minutes, 33 seconds remaining to play in regulation time. Toronto 2, Atlanta 1. All ready to go. Big face-off. Again, Jimmy Jones. And then he gets the draw this time. It goes over to the board. Atlanta pick it off. A pass out to Kia. A shot. Palmetier caught that. Gets it over to Jimmy Jones. Jones coming up the center. Comes to the Atlanta line. Outside, Jerry Butler.
This line getting a lot of ice time now. The Leaf checking line. Jones, Butler, Boutet. And Palmetier has just been amazing for the Leafs. He wasn't overworked in that second period. Going back to that first period, and the saves he's made here in the third have just been outstanding.
Guy Chouinard, along with Eric Vail, Bob McMillan, Ed Kia, Bob Murdoch. The Leafs with Jones, Butler, Boutet, Salming, and Quenville. Back of the net for Ed Kia. 10 minutes and 6 seconds and counting. As Atlanta clear the puck down into Leaf territory, Boria Salming goes back for it. Boria Salming stops. Trying to find a man in position. Gets it over to Quenville, up to Jimmy Jones. Over to Pat Boutet. Takes his shot wide. Jerry Butler up there. Jimmy Jones as well. Jones takes his shot. Centered it out front. Pat Boutet right in front of the net. Bouchard knocks it back of the goal. And it's up the ice for Bob Murdoch. Murdoch over for Vail. Vail over the line. Eric Vail trying to get set. Passed it back. Here comes the shot. Palmetier stopped that. Another shot. That's knocked down, and Boria Salming puts it out over the blue line. So Quenville couldn't get it. John Provo comes back again. A quick pass into the body of the line. His backhand got by Palmetier, and it's shot out and down to center right. 9:06 remaining in regulation time. 2-1 as Provo drives one into the corner. Palmetier out of the net. Clears it up for Lanny McDonald. Ahead for John Anderson. Anderson over the line. Anderson takes his shot. Right in front. Gardner. And Bouchard just got a piece of it. Paul Gardner. A pass for John Anderson. It ends up in the corner. Cleared but not out. John Anderson has the puck to Lanny McDonald. Into John Anderson. Anderson centered it to and it came back to Wilson. Ron Wilson drives it behind the net. Gardner gets it into Anderson. Comes back again. Here's a drive. Bouchard stopped that. Burrows moves up. Gardner missed a body check as the Leafs do a bit of forechecking. Now Atlanta with Bolderev for Lalonde, and it's picked off by Ron Wilson. And the teams are tired. And well, they might be. Lanny McDonald over the line. Trying to cut in. Now Murdoch drags him down. And the puck is held there for a face-off. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Omni in Atlanta. And there's a look at the depleted Leaf bench. And we get set for the face-off now. Leafs lead 2-1 as Dan Maloney to the backhand. Ron Ellis then gives it to Dan Maloney. McKechnie's out in front of the net, but he couldn't get it to him. And it's picked off by Ed Kia. Ed Kia. Pass up at center for Guy Chouinard. A long shot. Palmetier gloves that. Drives it along the board. Kia intercepted. His shot was deflected wide. Kia keeps it in again. And Atlanta try to get things set up. Chouinard, a pass. Right in front of shot. And Palmetier just dropped. Bill Clement. Now Maloney. back with Ellis. Over the line. Dan Maloney's shot. Kia fell in front of that. Maloney goes to the board. And they get a whistle. 7:10 to go.
Maloney content to get a face-off there.
Again, another great save by Palmateer, and he's having his finest hour. And you know, Brian, we're getting into a situation now where it's very imperative that the Leafs, when they get it in the Atlanta zone, they don't cough up that puck. Don't throw that thing out blindly. Make an Atlanta player take it away from you. But again, he's done it all tonight.
He really has. Palmateer, we've mentioned, I guess, sensational, marvelous, brilliant, all the adjectives.
Well, we had a false start, doing it all over again. Jerry Butler lost the draw. The puck is in Atlanta territory, behind the net, Rod Sealing. Now with a pass on the right side to Boldarev. Boldarev coming to center, over the blue line. Boldarev is going around to the fence, trying to get it out in front, and Borja Salming clipped it into the crowd on a nice play by Borja Salming and Quentin.
Oh, a nice play by Boldarev. He is so smooth with that puck. Watch this one again, Gary. Another great save by Palmateer.
His reflexes are unbelievable. You know, you think you got him beat, the next thing you know, the puck's in the corner somewhere.
Gardner out there with Lenny McDonald and John Anderson as Salming cleared the puck up at center. Rally Lalonde over for Jean Pronovo, covered by Anderson. Dave Burrows, then to Borja Salming. For Lenny McDonald, it was stopped by Lalonde, who got it back to Kia. Kia's pass brought up by Murdoch. Murdoch to Lalonde, but he couldn't control it. It's back up at center. Picked off there by Boldarev, who's been a real serious threat for the Atlanta Flames. The puck hits the glass. John Anderson got away from Boldarev that time. There's it up for Lanny McDonald. Going down with Paul Gardner. Lanny McDonald decides to wag the puck, then drives it in. Ends up behind the net. Kia's pass goes all the way out to Salming at center. Over it goes to Dave Burrows, and Burrows shoots it in. Ed Kia back of the net. Now Atlanta with Bill Clement coming up at center. To the leaf line. Tried to go through the defense. Quinn will stop that. But it was cleared back into the corner. A pass out front. And the Leafs have it. Maloney going up with Gardner. A long shot by Gardner wide of the net. The Leafs are changing on the go. Maloney out there with Ellis and McKechnie. It's Ellis, and McKechnie. McKechnie backs it into the corner again, and we have 4:53 and counting in regulation time. Maloney takes Clement out. Up comes Phil Russell. Russell at center over the blue line. Shot it to the board. Cleared by Quenville to the blue line and out. Trapped there. And shot in by Rod Sealing, but it was offside, and we'll have a face-off. 4:34 remaining in regulation time.
What a lot of effort Maloney put into that last shift. Down in the corner, wrestling with Clement. He didn't want to let him loose. Back down the other end, wrestling with somebody else, and just exhausted at the Leaf bench when he went off.
Well, this is the time of the game when you have to come up with that second effort, Brian. Both on Toronto and Atlanta. Somehow you're tired. Both teams are minus 4 and 5 players respectively, but you have to dig a little deeper and find that little extra.
Puck is shot. Here has to handle a roller. It's back to the net for Borja Salming. Over to Burrows. Up to Jerry Butler. Shot the puck in. It's going to be icing. And will be called back.
The game has gone on 3 hours and 15 minutes or thereabouts. We've got 4:16 to play.
You know, it's also very imperative now that both teams, make those fast line changes. Don't get caught out there overextending your shifts because you're tired. A lot of times then you can't, come back as fast as you want to. So short and sweet. That's what they always say.
Well, the Atlanta fans were bored or disgusted with the fighting that took place. None of them left. They're up on their feet now, cheering their Flames on now with 4:16 on the clock.
Set to go, the puck is dropped. Quenville trying to get to it. And Boutet gets the face-off. Play is called.
On your way home this evening, tune in to
Can you imagine if this goes into overtime?
You know, I don't have very long. I have to catch a 12:30 flight.
You better cancel out. We might need you here. Hang on.
4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Regulation time. Puck goes to Quenville. Quenville, a pass up for Jerry Butler. Butler and Quenville. Now it's Boria Salming. Salming flips it up to Jerry Butler. Butler goes down the right wing, takes his shot off Ed Kia's leg. Trying to work it out, gives it to Kia. Ahead to Eric Vale. That's chopped and knocked back into Atlanta territory with 3:39. Up the ice comes Bob Murdoch. At center, over the line. Got his shot. And Boldurev just missed with a rebound. Dave Burrows clearing it along the boards, but not out. Boldurev centering it. Palmatier goes down, and he's got it for a faceoff.
Oh, Boldurev will be mulling that one over. He put it high over the crossbar. It was in and appeared to have the tying goal. Now we're down to 3:17 to play.
Well, it's always a sign of a good team, you know, when they have that lead, if they can protect that one-goal lead. And so far, the Leafs have done a tremendous job. And here you're going to see the open net there by Boldurev, but Palmatier may have just gotten a piece of that. He flicked it over the net.
Well, he's gotten a piece of everything else except the one shot by Pronovo that beat him.
And there's Bouchard, and we'll keep an eye on him because time is starting to run down, and the Atlanta Flames, although they're trying hard, have to try a little harder. The puck comes and knocked out to the blue line and in again by Boldurev. It was out over the blue line. He battered it back in with his glove. 3:06.
Oh boy, every shift is so important now. You know, one bad pass or one bad play and it's all over. So you really have to have your wits about you now and really concentrate every time you're out in that ice.
These are the edge of your seat kind of hockey games. 2-1. And everything at stake. The puck goes to Phil Russell. Gets it over on the far side, and Seelig took a long shot off the back of the net. And it's Boria Salming to Lanny McDonald. Passed it for Gardner. It goes sliding down the ice and back forward is Seelig. Seelig back of the net with Phil Russell. Gets it ahead to Ivan Boldurev. Boldurev gets over the line. Quenville hooked it away from him. Palmatier off the board. Anderson trying to get to it. And it's shot down the ice, wide of the net. The rebound hits the back of the goal. Lanny McDonald trying to get to it. He did. Lanny McDonald tried to get the puck. Russell had a hold of his stick. Gardner steals the puck. Gardner tried to get it to Anderson. And Anderson. There's going to be a penalty for tripping Gardner.
He knew it.
Well, now the fat is in the fire. Also, Guy Swinard, and it's Swinard who's got the puck. Swinard. Watched by Jimmy Jones. Jerry Butler goes after him. A long backhand off the glass. Salming drove it, and it went sliding down the ice. Going back for it is Swinard. 1:55 remaining in regulation time. Atlanta coming up now in their own zone. At center right. Over the line. And knocked against the board by Dave Burrows. Burrows can't get it out. McMillan. And
it's McMillan was bowled over, and now they're into it again in front of Palmatier. McMillan had a great scoring chance. He lost control of the puck from about 5 feet away. It slipped right into the gloves and pads of Palmatier, and then McMillan went flying, and we may have additional penalties here, and that'll solve the problem of trying to figure out whether to pull the goalie perhaps down the other end.
Well, I'll tell you, Burroughs really leveled McMillan there, and you know, that's what he's supposed to do when somebody's in that area. Get him out of there. But,
no penalties?
I don't think any penalties are going to be called. But Brian, what an opportunity for the Flames. They had the Leafs out of position. And a good pass here, and
off the skates.
McMillan just couldn't control it because he was all alone.
And there he went for a fly.
Looks like they were doing the tango.
Here you see the time remaining, Gary, 1:31.
Got a minute 14 in the penalty to Gardner, and there's Dan Bouchard. We'll keep an eye on him. Gary, you raise an interesting situation. When will he come out, or will he come out?
Oh, I definitely think he's going to come out of the net.
Roger Nielsen just having a strategy meeting with Lanny McDonald. Big face-off here with Ivan Boldarev for Atlanta with Jean Pronovo and Eric Vale. Sweenard.
You know, one thing, too, that the Atlanta Flames have to be aware of when they do pull their goalie and the Leaf player comes back from his penalty.
Right.
You know, he might break out, and then it's goodbye.
So they have to worry about Gardner with a minute 14 to serve in his penalty, a minute 31 to play.
All ready to go for this big face-off in the Leaf zone. Puck wasn't dropped fairly. They'll do it again.
Well, that's a good call by Randy Mitten. Now, here's a guy in his first playoff game. He saw them inside the circle, and he blew the whistle and got them out of there. Now they're going to have another change. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're going to have a change. McDonald comes out for the Leafs. No, they're not going to let him out, maybe. He wants a 30-second timeout, I believe. McDonald has come off the bench. No, I can't figure that out. Can you, Gary?
Well,
I thought I saw him signal time, and
he certainly did, but Bruce Hood is disallowing it.
From that face-off, Borja Salming after. John Pronovo bumps into him, goes down, puck him out in front. It's knocked off to the board. Gary Butler can't get it out. Sweenard gets it over on the far side. They're closing in. It comes back to Sweenard. Sweenard's backhand. Borja Salming had it go back to the net. Boldarev over to Jean Pronovo. Back to Sweenard. Here comes the shot. And that was wide of the net. Right out in front again. And there's going to be a penalty here. Play is called in Atlanta. The Leaf player was knocked down, and Palmateer is down.
oh, Palmateer is injured, and Salming is calling for help, assistance. Palmateer is hurt with 58 seconds to play. The Flames have drawn a penalty.
I think Palmateer may have caught a puck just above the pad there. He went down on his knees, and it leaves an area just below the pants.
Atlanta penalty, number 20, Bob Murdoch.
It'll be a shot from the point.
Murdoch, credit score tripping at 19:02.
There it is. Right there.
Yeah, and then the penalty to Murdoch followed a very costly penalty indeed to the Atlanta Flames at this stage. You could see Bouchard during that great pressure on the Leafs moving up closer to that blue line. I think he wanted to get out of there. Now he's back helping pick up some of the debris. This is shameful. They throw all this stuff on the ice down here.
I tell you, Brian, they're starting to leave for some reason. They don't realize, I guess, that if the Flames tie it, there's overtime.
Now, Pronovo has just talked with Bouchard, probably giving him instructions when to head for the bench, and I'm sure that as soon as the Flames get possession in the Leaf zone, he'll be coming out of the net.
Palmateer, you probably saw, there's not only the players being ejected, but a fan being ejected for throwing debris on the ice. Good, toss him out. And Palmateer is all right, he's up. McKechnie came out and took the opportunity to bring the water bottle, give his goaltender a drink. Now there's been a puck thrown out there. 58 seconds to play. What an incredible night here at the Omni in Atlanta. Who would have thought the best of three preliminary round would start out like this?
Now the Leafs have only had 3 shots on net this period, so you know where the play has been the whole time, and the Maple Leaf end.
If the Leafs can hang on here with 58 seconds, it'll be a great tribute to this puck. Coming in here from Boston, very optimistic and clinging now to a 1-goal lead with less than a minute on the clock. There are the shots, 28-20 for the Flames.
Ready for the face-off. McKechnie shot the puck to Salming in the corner. Borja Salming back in the net. Salming shoots it over on the left wing for Burrows. Burrows up at center, takes his shot. Bouchard stopped that. Ends up in the corner, and now Atlanta coming with Bouchard coming out of the net. A pass over the line for Jean Pronovo. Pronovo is bumped. 18 seconds left in the penalty. Puck is cleared down the ice. Is it going? It's going wide of the net. Wide of the net.
And it'll come all the way back for a face-off in the Leaf zone, and that's a tough decision to make when you have to clear it out of danger. Gary, do you get it all the way down the ice and force the return all the way back in your own zone, or you just try to flip it? You just have to make up your mind instantly.
Well, first priority is to get it out of there. You know, Atlanta was putting on the pressure, but the only thing is, in 7 seconds, the Leafs will be at full strength, and Atlanta, you know, will be playing that man short with their goalie empty. So they have to do something within the next 7 seconds to get a good shot on that.
I think we have our 30-second timeout now, I believe. And again, water for Mike Palmateer. This time, Lanny McDonald plays water boy. Pretty cool, isn't he, Palmateer?
I think he loves the pressure, just loves it. Some people just thrive on it. He seems to be that type of individual.
And there's nobody at the other end. Oh, we'll all take a deep breath now and get ready for the final, or what might be the final 24 seconds of play here at the Omni.
Never over, Brian, until that last little bell of the horn sounds. And here we go. And they're going to set out. They got Burrows, McKechnie, Jones, and Borja Salming, of course. Here comes the big face-off. Taking it is Bill Clement. 24 seconds. The puck taken by Borja Salming. He shoots it down the ice. That's going over the red line again, and that's touched. But that takes it down to 15.
Well, that ate up 9 seconds. Salming still on his knees in the corner, getting up very slowly. He's been a tremendous performer, as usual, for the Leafs tonight.
We got Paul Gardner back now. The Leafs get Gardner, number 18, back, so no damage was done with him on.
And don't forget Murdoch's still in there for the Flames.
When you get a game like this, it's just unfortunate that there has to be a loser, because this was just a tremendous hockey game.
Dan Maloney out there. From the face-off, Maloney clears the puck, but not out. 10 seconds. The puck right in front. That was shot wide. Bill Clement back to the net. 6 seconds. They bang at it again. McKechnie's got it. Shoots it down the ice. And there goes the horn. The game is over. And the Maple Leafs have defeated Atlanta 2-1, but 2 Atlanta players have been hurt.
The Leafs are jubilant. There's Pronovo, I believe it is, down on the ice. He scored the lone Atlanta goal. Quite a collision in front of Palmateer as the Flames pressed with the last seconds ticking away. Palmateer and Salming just ecstatic after the final buzzer sounded. They hugged and embraced each other, but the Flames very disconsolate now and also concerned. Look at Palmateer. Is there a tear in his eye? The way he's played tonight and the fatigue, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And now some concern over the injured Atlanta player who's down there.